Welcome back to Wittenberg Academy's Elementary Latin. We are going to continue on with our look at Minimus. We're in the center section of Chapter 2 on page 10. So if you open up your books to page 10, we'll begin to learn some new vocabulary. Today the sentences describe animals. The animal names are nouns. Each sentence has one noun and one adjective. Can you translate them into English? And so sentence A there, Vespa parva est. So repeat that, Vespa parva est. So the wasp is small, parva, small. Next, Balaena maxima est. Balaena maxima est. The whale is maxima. How would we translate that? Maxima. Very large, or the biggest. Next, Cuniculus improbus est. Cuniculus improbus est. What's a cuniculus? A rabbit? A bunny? The bunny is naughty. The bunny is naughty. Improbus is naughty. Next, Delphinus benignus est. Delphinus benignus est. The dolphin is nice, benign, nice, friendly. Next, Equus magnus est. Equus magnus est. The horse is big. The horse is big. And finally, Porcus sordidus est. Porcus sordidus est. The pig is dirty. The pig is messy. Every sentence also contains the important word est. And we remember what that means. It means is. And so you need to add these words to your Latin notebook or Latin vocabulary cards. Vespa, parva, balaena, maxima, cuniculus, improbus, delphinus, benignus, magnus, and porcus. And then what does Minimus say? He says, how do you do? If you got most of them right, you are calidissime if you're a girl, or calidissimus if you're a boy. It means very clever. Calidissima, calidissimus. Describe yourself to a partner. Remember the adjective you use must have the right ending, us for a boy and a for a girl. You'll need the Latin word sum, I am. Now describe your partner, or perhaps your teacher. Use the word est for he is and she is. And so if you want to say, I am naughty, you would say improbus sum. If you're a boy, improbus sum, I am naughty. If you're a girl, improba sum. Or if you're lazy, you would say ignavus sum if you're a boy, or ignava sum if you're a girl. Or if you're going to describe your little sister, you could say minima est. Minima est. She is very small. Or if you're going to describe your big brother, you could say magnus est. Magnus est. He is big. So those are some more words there. Bonus, calidus, formosus, ignavus, improbus, magnus, minimus, optimus, parvus, strenuous, that you can add to your vocabulary notebook or cards. And you should just note that they're adjectives, and so they can take masculine or feminine endings, or indeed neuter endings, which we'll learn as the book goes on. Very well, page 11. In these sentences, the words which are underlined all come from Latin. Some of them may be new to you. Write down the Latin word that each of the underlined English words comes from. Then write down what you think these words mean. And to help answer the questions, look back on page 10. So what animal does pork come from? It comes from a pig, and of course the word porcus means pig. So you can see where we get the word pork. What would an equestrian statue look like? Equestrian, what word does that come from on page 10? You can see it there. Equestrian comes from equus, horse. An equestrian statue is a man riding on a horse. If you scored the maximum points on a test, would you be happy Maximum, what word does that come from? It comes from maxima or maximus, very big. Of course you'd be happy. You would have scored the most points. If you put minimal effort into your work, would your teacher be pleased with you? No. Minimal comes from the word minimus, which means very small. So you can see we get a lot of words in English from Latin. We get most of them via French, but that's another story. Roman food. Candidus is planning a special dinner for the governor's visit. The Romans did not eat much for breakfast or lunch, but they ate a big meal which began late in the afternoon. This was known as the cena. Cena. So there's another word to add to your vocabulary notes. Cena, dinner. A wealthy Roman would provide his guests with an impressive meal and might offer poetry, singing, or even an acrobatic display to amuse them as they ate. Even at Windolanda, at the far end of the Roman Empire, Flavius could give his guests a wonderful dinner with special wine and food, such as oysters and venison. The Romans ate many of the foods that we enjoy today: chicken, pork, fish, and lots of vegetables and fruit. They also ate things which we would think strange or even disgusting, like stuffed dormice. Roman cooks made a rich fish sauce called liquamen, which they used in many recipes. Guests enjoyed plenty of wine at the cena, though it was mixed with water. The soldiers under Flavius's command would have eaten simpler foods like bread, vegetables, bacon, and ham. At Windolanda, they also drank beer. So, you can get some insight there into what the Roman world was like, not so very different from our own, of course. So this week, you need to work on the vocabulary words on pages 10 and 11. And you can practice saying that things around your house are big or small, or whether or not people in your house are good or lazy or beautiful. You can do all that with the words that you've begun to learn this week. Very well, until next time.